everybody, my name is Stephanie with Stephanie's Yarn Escape. Thank you for joining me today. This is my very first episode on YouTube. I am a crocheter who loves all things yarn related, and there's tons of people that I follow on YouTube on a regular basis, and I've been thinking about creating my own YouTube channel for a while now, and I just recently decided what better time than now. So here I am today with you guys sharing all my yarny adventures that I'm currently on. I'm hoping to get a video out every other week just to show you guys the things that I'm working on, the things I finished, you know, things that are just going on. So let me tell you a little bit about myself. I live in central Pennsylvania with my husband and my daughter. I have a full-time job. So basically the only time I really get to crochet is at night when my daughter goes to bed. Is basically the only time I have. Sometimes here and there, depending, not right now because here we are in June, I'll be able to crochet during the day. I have a friend that I meet up with sometimes too that we spend all days just crocheting every now and then, about once a month. So that's nice. So yeah, I have an Etsy shop called Stephanie's Yarn Escape. I opened it about 3 years ago actually. Yeah, 2017 I opened it. It started off as, you know, I was making all these things and I wanted to make them because I liked them, you know, or it was a challenge, you know, no reason particular. And everyone that I know already has a bunch of things from me crocheted. So some things just didn't fit who, you know, a person that I was going to make it for. It's just because I wanted to. So I decided to throw things on Etsy. And I was kind of going in with like, okay, if it sells, it sells. If it don't, it don't. It really doesn't bother me. But last year sometime, I was like, well, that's not the best mentality to have. If I'm not going to put forth the effort, nobody's going to notice it. The poor quality pictures, the awful descriptions, nobody's going to buy it. So I decided to really put forth more effort into my little shop, more better pictures and descriptions and stuff, just really put it out there. So hopefully, you know, I have goals and hopes and all these things with it. So hopefully one of these days, you know, it will get bigger and better. But for now, it's just a little shop on Etsy. And if you want to, you can go ahead and check it out. I'm going to try and put links down below for the things I talk about today. Now, I will tell you, please bear with me because this is my very first episode. I have done some research about how creating these YouTube channels and stuff, but I'm still learning, and until I do it, you know, it's hard to say what's going to happen. So I appreciate you bearing with me, and I may babble because I'm a little nervous because it's my first one. I have done Facebook Lives because I do have a Facebook group hooked to for Stephanie's Yarn Escape that I've done live shows for, live sales and stuff like that in the past. But this is a little different, so I'm really nervous. So I appreciate you guys, you know, bearing with me. Please, you know, comment down below any input that you may have for me. I really do appreciate it. So let me just get into the things that you came for. It's the yarny things. Let me get a drink real quick. My mouth is getting dry. This is actually my third time trying this. I have started over a couple of times already, just because I'm just so nervous or I've messed up really bad. And so this is the final time. I'm gonna do it. So what you get is what you get. So I'm just drinking some hot tea, nothing special. Okay, so first we're going to get into some whips that I'm working on. The first item, this one here, is a complicated blanket. It's a Grafghan. And it's very complex and it's very fragile, and you'll understand why. Let me grab it. I have everything stacked up over here in a tote. So I may disappear for a second. But the ends, I don't know about you guys, but the ends are the worst thing that I just don't like doing. I don't like weaving in ends. So we got this. I'll back up here. This is a Grafghan. It's a pumpkin. I'll give you some more details here in a minute. But I can't even get it. It's so long. But let me turn it around here, and you guys are going to see why this is crazy. Look at all these bobbins, and they're folded down because there's so many bobbins. So many bobbins. Oh my goodness. So typically, like with Grafghans and stuff, and I've done it too, where you just carry the color through, and let me fold this back up because I'm afraid that I don't want them to tangle. This is a process when I get this thing out. I have to untangle, gingerly pick up. Oh. So, yeah, and the bobbin just come undone. So, this, let me just show you a little picture of what's going to look like. This is called the Twisted Pumpkin. That's a picture of it. So typically when graph gans, you carry the yarn through the colors, but since I have an off-white background with an orange for the pumpkin, you can really see the orange through the off-white. So I didn't want that. I'm really particular about things like that. It drives me insane. You're your own worst critic. So it was driving me insane. So I have the bobbins for each color change, but this is the Twisted Pumpkin, and you can find it on hookedcreations.com. I'm very excited about this one. This is my big blanket that I'm currently working on. I always have something complicated, something easy, and something small going on. So there's that. The next item I'm working on. Now, I got into a mentality last year where I'm like, oh, I'm just making things for Etsy, and I didn't want it to turn into a job. I still want to do it. It's still a hobby of mine. And so I needed to create, you know, I still want to love it. I don't want to become to hate it or, you know, discouraged from it. So I decided to start something for myself. This is actually for me. This is the start of a sweater. Looks like a hot mess, and it pretty much is, but this is, oh, and I forgot to say, the yarn I'm using for the pumpkin is Karen Simply Soft. It's one of my favorite yarns, and off-white and pumpkin. But this one here is Amazing Lace by Lion Brand. And these two colors, this gray and this green, are the two colors of the the sweater. And the pattern I'm using for that is the Blurred Lines sweater. This is a paid-for pattern by Deanne Ramsey. So that's something I'm working on for myself. I work on that on Sundays. Sunday nights I dedicate for things I'm making for myself, for my daughter, for around my house, like blankets for our, you know, our house and stuff like that. So that is that one. The next item that I'm working on is this here. Back up so you guys can see it. It's almost done. I have another section of gray, white, and then I'll finish off with orange and then do a white border. This is also Karen Simply Soft. It is one of my favorite yarns. I make sure I have all their colors on hand. I'm using, this is pumpkin, this is white, this is country blue, and this is gray heather. This is for like a baby boy set. And the pattern I'm using for that is from Daisy Farm Crafts. It is the Crochet Striped Baby Boy Blankets. And in the end, this is going to be like a whole set. Baby blanket, sweater, hat, and lovey, which I have a set for girls done already, which I'll show you guys with my finished objects. I did start the lovey to go with it. It's just the start of the head. It's going to be a little bare, but it's also in Karen Simply Soft Gray Heather. So I'm not too far on it. And I have a finished one. You'll guys be able to see that. But the pattern is Interchangeable Lovey Blanket by Elena O'Day. So that's just the start of nothing fancy yet. Hopefully by the time you guys watch me again, it'll be more fancy. That's all I'm working on apparently. I thought I had another blanket going. No, that's it. That's all my whips. And I feel like I'm just speeding right through. Like I said, I am really nervous. So thank you guys for bearing with me and supporting me. Oh yes, I do have one more thing. I knew I had something else. Now this one I haven't touched in a month. So my goal for June is to work on it a little bit more. I have it in my bag here. I watch Hannah from the Cozy Cottage Crochet a lot. and I felt inspired when she was making her socks last year. So I decided that I'm going to learn how to make socks. So I dabbled a little bit in knitting, but I haven't, I'm a crocheter at heart. So I'm trying to learn a knitting because some things I just like, some patterns I find and they're knitted. So I'm learning. So I decided to make some socks. I have a goal to make everyone socks this year for Christmas. I have the second one started, and this one is, I just need to finish off the toe is all I need to finish off. But it's like a dark red and tan. I learned how to make the socks from a local yarn shop in my area in Kernsville. Lisa's So Crafty. She had a knitting class to do the socks, so I decided to sign up, and that's how I learned that. It's a 4-weight yarn. I'm trying to find the tags. They're in my bag here, I think. Oh goodness. You think I'd be better prepared for doing this. I tried to prepare in my head and stuff and have how I wanted to go about things for this episode, but when it actually happens, things aren't working out the way that you want it to. But this is like the tan. I have it in a bag because they balled it up for me. It's Ella Rose Cozy Alpaca. And it is 70% acrylic and 30% alpaca. It's super soft. I made an orange pair for myself, and it's just so nice on the feet. It's more like slipper socks to wear like in the winter time and stuff. So I'm trying to make everybody a pair for Christmas. I haven't worked on it in about a month on that set, but hopefully in June, my goal is to work on that at least once a week, at least. So, my most recent finished object was some things I have, like my favorite thing to make is blankets. If, you know, just blankets, tons of blankets all the time. Graphic simple blankets, you know, you name it. It's one of my favorite things to do. And I have made hats in the past, but it's not something I do well at. I find frustration because it's either too big, too small. When someone asks me to make them a hat, I'm, really? Do you want a hat? Like, do you want a blanket? I'll make you a blanket. So recently I wanted to challenge myself. That's why I did the sweater too, because it's a huge challenge. I never made a pullover sweater before. So it was a huge challenge for me, and I love challenging myself when it comes to the crochet patterns because I just want to keep expanding my knowledge with it. So I recently decided, since I'm not good at hats, I'm going to make a hat. So I did that, and I'm super proud of it. Super proud of it. This is the camping stripe hat from Daisy Farm Crafts. It's actually, the pattern that's on there is a baby hat, and I did some research on how to change the measurements to fit for an adult. So this does fit an adult. And it's got a fuzzy pom-pom. And I connected the pom-pom. I found it off it's an idea I found from Marley Bird, by attaching a button and then just hooking the part from the pom-pom around the button. So then you just unhook it, and then you can wash it without ruining your pom-pom. So yeah, I'm very proud. This fits my head, so I'm very proud that I actually made a hat that fits. So I'm very excited. And the yarn I used for that is Caring Simply Soft, of course, one of my favorites, in Off-White Tweed. It's from the Tweed collection. And I have a little bit left, and I think I have another skein of this too. So I might make a child matching set, or maybe an ear warmer or something. Make it a set out of it somehow. Okay. My next finished object that I have is this beautiful shawl. I made this shawl because, I'll show you guys up close. It's got a chevron. Goes into gray. Oops. I made this for my local yarn shop, Lisa's So Crafty. She's holding a contest. If you use a certain yarn, and then with the COVID and stuff, she was closed. She's now open, but you took pictures and then she put on Facebook, and then people voted for their favorite project. I didn't win, but the person that did win did an amazing job. So basically, you used the yarn that she showed all the colors for. You didn't have to use it in the whole project. You can use it in part, but the yarn had to be used at some point. So I chose these colors, and I did this shawl. And the pattern I used is the Chevron Accent Shawl by Zach Stout, from the Stout Stitch on YouTube. So if you guys don't follow him, go follow him. He's one of the YouTubers that I follow all the time. But this is nice. It's nice and light. The yarn I use, I actually even have some left over. I kept it in this bag so I didn't lose it. Is Sublime Baby Cashmere Merino Silk DK. It is 75% extra fine merino, 20% silk, and 5% cashmere, and it is amazingly soft. Super, super soft. One of my hairs. So yes, I love it. I'm not a shawl kind of wearing person, but I love making them. See, what's one of those things that I want to make all these things. I want to make all the things, but not everybody wants all my things. So I'm just making it and see what happens. So there's that. And one of the things I most recently finished as well too was an entire baby set. So let me show you that piece by piece here. The first part is the blankets. I found this color combination on Daisy Farm Crafts. I just love her website. Her color combination, she uses Karen Simply Soft. I have the colors and stuff, so I don't have to go out and buy more yarn in most cases. But yes, I just love her patterns. Her patterns are easy to follow, so I've been really hooked. I want to make all her patterns. Excuse me, I had to get a drink. So here is the baby blanket. This is, it reminds me of the beach, and the name says it too. It is Crochet Beach Stripes Baby Blanket from Daisy from Crafts, like I said. Karen Simply Soft again. Now, I don't use Karen Simply Soft on everything. It just seems like everything I'm showing you guys today is made of Karen Simply Soft. I've been on I put myself on a yarn ban because I have too much. Can you really have too much yarn? Okay, I have a lot of yarn I need to use. I bought it for a reason, to use it, so I'm going to use it. So I haven't bought any yarn. Well, I lied. I just recently bought yarn, which I'll show you guys later. And I'm going on a yarn shopping trip tomorrow, so I'll more details on that later. But yeah, so I was coming up with these project ideas, and I was just using the yarn I had because I have it for a reason. So yes, Karen Simply Soft, watermelon, white, dark country blue, and light green. So that is the baby blankets, and there's more for the set. The next part of it is, I love this. It's a little lovey. It is so cute, and I'm not, amigurumi and stuff is something that I'm pretty more comfortable with amigurumi than I am hats, but it's still something that I want to do better at, because when it comes to attaching limbs, I'm not the greatest at. So it's something I want to work on. This little cute little lovey, and this little face. The lovey is the Interchangeable Lovey Blankets by Elena Odell. It's the starter one in my whips part of this episode, where I just had a little circle. This is what it's going to be too. That's for the baby boy set that I'm going to make it with. I'm going to make the same lovey because it's really simple pattern. And the other part of that is this adorable little sweater. Makes me miss my child when she was this small. So cute. This is a 3 to 6 month. Same color combo. And this is by Heart Hook Home. It's the infant and child sizes of the Painted Canyon cardigan. I found this on Ravelry. This is a black and white picture because, well, I didn't have any color ink that day when I printed this, apparently. So that is that. And then lastly is the little matching hats. So this entire set I'm super proud of and I'm super excited about. The colors are so bright. With summer, you know, here now for the most part in our area. It's just so bright and cheerful, and I love it. I love these colors. The hat is herringbone baby hat, 3 to 6 months, by Little Monkeys Crochet. So yes, like I said, I'll try and put links below. If there's no links, contact me and I will get you the information if you're interested in any of these, because like I said, I'm still learning. And the last finished object that I want to show you guys is this giant thing. Let me show you. Make sure it's right side up. It's an alpaca. This is a good size blanket. This is from the floor up, and I'm like 5'7", so this is a good size blanket. This is a corner blanket by the Make and Do crew. I didn't do the border that was on there. It's like a popcorn stitch border, and I'm not a big fan of the popcorn stitch, so I just didn't put a border on it. I thought it looked fine without a border, so because I want the main attention to be the alpaca. Isn't he cute? So once again, Karen Simply Soft on this one, gray. Heather, this is Pagoda, white, black, and then on his back, this is Strawberry. That's more Pagoda. This is yellow. It's not just, it's kind of like a golden yellow, but it's not the gold. It's a little bit darker yellow. It didn't have the tag on. I had it in my stash, so the label must have fell off, but I thought it looked perfect with that. So yeah, those are all my finished most recent finished projects. Like I said, I feel like I just sped like right through that, and I pretty much did, because I'm only 23 minutes in, and I showed you guys just about everything. So like I said, I put myself on a yarn ban, but I recently did buy some yarn. What was it? Last week? Might have been the week before. I was on Facebook and people were posting about finding Karen 1-pounders at Ollie's. And so I was looking at them, and I was looking at the pictures people were sharing, and I'm like, when I see the sales at a store that is local to me, I'm like, I must go now. So I'm standing there, and my daughter was in the shower getting ready for bed, and my husband was in the living room, and he's like, what are you doing? And I showed him, I'm like, these are on sale at Ollie's. People were posting them, but I said, I don't know if our Ollie's has it. And he's like, this is like 8:15 at night. And he's like, well, go out and see. I'm like, but should I go now, or can I wait till morning? He's like, well, they're open till 9. He said, just go. Okay. So I went. And my local Ollie's did have the Karen 1 pounds for $3.99. You can't pass that up. No. So I bought some. Now, I'm just going to show you the 3 colors I bought. I bought these 3 colors, not to go. This is the variegated. I bought 5 skeins of this. It's called Gossamer. This is the color that I saw in someone's picture, And I'm like, I love that color. Like, I don't know what I'm gonna make with it. And that's the problem when I go yarn shopping. Like, I just buy it because it's pretty or it's on sale and I like it. And that's how I end up with too much yarn. So I bought 5 skeins of it. It's all they had for $3.99. I'm not sure what I'm gonna make, but I'm gonna have enough to make something. And then I bought these 2 colors. I think they look really nice together. I bought 4 skeins of each. This is raspberry wine, and this is dove taupe. And I thought maybe adding like a white with it and just make a stripy blanket is perfect. Now these are like the new colors, so I was actually surprised. But for $3.99, so I saved tons of money. 5 of the variegated and 4 each of these. I'm gonna get some nice projects out of it. Yeah, that's the first time I bought yarn since February. Yeah, February, because me and my husband were next town over. There was a Joann's. I don't have Joann's near me. The closest one's about half an hour. And so I just wanted to stop in there. I was looking for a yarn to finish up a project, and they had some clearance yarn, and I bought some then. But that's really all the yarn that I bought recently. Now tomorrow I am going on a shopping trip. So I have a friend who loves crocheting just as much as I do. And so I have an appointment. It's in a town. It's about an hour and 15 minutes away. And so we both take the day off work. And I go to my appointment. And then we go yarn shopping the rest of the day. And we have lunch and stuff. It's a really good day. So that's the only time I allow myself to buy bulks of yarn. Just because, or for projects and stuff. I do have, sometimes make a list. But I try not to buy yarn in between those appointments happen every like 4 to 6 months. And so I try not to buy yarn in between it, only to finish up. If I don't have enough yarn for a project, I'll buy it to finish up a project. Excuse me. So tomorrow's our shopping trip. We usually go to Joann Fabrics, it's a small Joann Fabrics in that town. And we go to Michael's and Hobby Lobby, which I'm not sure if they're having a 30% off this week or not. We've only ever hit that once where it's 30% off, so the last time we was there, I made out pretty good at Hobby Lobby. And then AC Moore is usually where we do the best yarn shopping because of the deals, but they're not there anymore. Very disappointed about that, but that's okay. So we'll go to Joann's, Michael's, and Hobby Lobby. Hopefully there's some good yarn deals. And, come back with I have a small list. I decided, I was telling her, I'm like, well, usually I go and buy yarn and I just buy it because it's pretty or, it's on sale and I really like it. No project in mind. So, and that makes it hard because then you bring it home and then, 4 months down the road, I'm like, okay, I have 6 skeins of this one color, but I need 8 for this big project. And, then you got to hunt it down and stuff like that. And so tomorrow I'm doing a little bit differently. I have 2 projects that I wrote down the yarn that I need for it. So that's going to be my goal. I'm just going to make the project. Now, if I'll use it for the project, I'm not sure. That's a different story. But I have the intention of taking the projects, what I need for those projects, and then looking for the yarn for that. So, and then hopefully I find clearance. There's nothing better than finding yarn on clearance because, that's the best. Who wants to pay full price for yarn? So, that is all I have to share with you guys. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me, spending some time with me. Like I said, this is my first video. First of many, I hope. I plan on getting videos to you guys once every other week. I don't know how to edit, so I guess this is what it is. And then if you want to contact me, you can do so by emailing me, stephaniesYarnescape@gmail.com, StephaniesYarnescape@gmail.com. So, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you guys have a fabulous week. And next week, because that's when I'll be joining you guys again, is in 2 weeks. So, have a great day. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.